Hi there, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA, and welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text, we tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree. This is for the narrative lectionary, and we're in Kings, where the text is 2 Kings 22, 1-10, with optional verses of 14 through 20, and 23 to 1-3. I tell you, I've said this a couple of times in a row, these are hard texts for children's sermons, in my opinion. So, where I'm focused on this one is how we use the Bible. And the reason is because in these texts, we get one of the first glimpses of a community that turn to the written word, that there's a reference to this, that they turn and they consult the word, if you will, consult the written word, or some type of a version of Scripture. We know that had been written down, and etc. But this is one of those reference points. So I'm using that as a springboard to talk about how we, as people of God, as Christians, use the Word. And I'm reminded of Luther's quote: "The Bible is the manger that holds Christ." We're spending time in the Hebrew Scriptures, and that I know that there can be a danger of seeing Christ in everything. And not a danger, that's not the right word. But sometimes it's just not good scriptural interpretation or exegesis when we read these things and we automatically go, well, they meant Jesus. They meant Jesus. Now, in hindsight, we look and we can lift that up and we can say, oh yeah, that can relate to Jesus. So there are two streams of thought going on. But for the children's sermon, I look at using that reference of the written word to the springboard about how do we use the written word. Jonathan Rudman has a song, and Jonathan Rudman's a Lutheran musician. He's now in seminary. Go Jonathan. And he has a song called This Little Bible. It's a beautiful, beautiful kind of a country folk ditty song about how we use the Bible. And one of the lines is, "We drive on the road, not on the map. We look to the light and not to the lamp." And so this written word points us in the direction that we are to respond and how we are to act. So when we look at this, Luther's understanding that the Bible is the manger that holds Christ. The Bible points us to Jesus Christ as followers of the Word, as followers of the book, as followers of Christ. We are pointed in that direction. So that's the springboard I'm using, is that using it as this idea of what does the written word point us to? And it points us to the living word, and that would be Jesus Christ. As John says, the word became flesh. So that's the direction I'm going. I hope that can be a springboard for your own thinking. The items I'm using, I'm getting off on here. The items I'm using, I'm going to use a map. And I'm going to use a map, and I'm going to use we've got the map, and I'm going to open it up, and maybe, I don't know, I'm from Idaho, so have a map of the United States and saying, oh, look at this map, I made it to Idaho. No, I didn't make it to Idaho, but the map tells me how I can get to Idaho. The map tells me the direction that I might want to take. I can look at this and go, oh, this is where it is. And so this helps guide me in that, and it tells me about the things I need to know. And the written word tells me things I need to know about the living word. And then we gathered here in this community help become the living word in the world. All right, lots of stuff there. Hopefully one of these things is a springboard for your own thinking around your children's sermon. And as always, thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a fantastic week. And if you would remember to, if you'd please like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you are viewing these on YouTube and you haven't seen the website, dskidsermons.com, you can find a children's sermon on Christ the King Sunday, if that's the Sunday that you're following. This Sunday, there's other children's sermons. There's a donate button, and you can like that as well. All right, thanks for stopping by. Have a fantastic week.